Do our first creek crossing of the morning. Today's supposed to be a perfect day for hiking. It's supposed to be cloudy and overcast all day. With almost 0% chance of rain and a high of about 65. While I'm here, let me acknowledge the trail. Got a little bit of sunshine trying to peek out down in the valley. Not much up here though. We were talking yesterday how going up in these mountains is kind of funny. You go through all the seasons in one day. Because if you'll notice the trees up here, they're not leaved out yet. You noticed yesterday when we were down in the valley, everything was green and lush. Plus, the higher we get, the wind starts blowing, it gets colder. As long as we keep moving, we're good. Weather turned drastically different up here on the ridge. Came down a little bit. Right now we're blocked from the wind, but it has been windy. It got cold. And as you can see here, it's definitely gotten rocky. So it's a drastically different day than it started. Terrain is definitely beautiful. It's just rugged. Which I guess, if you come out on the Appalachian Trail, you kind of got to expect that, don't you? You can hear that wind, at least I think you can, off in the back. Where, like I said, we're on the side of the mountain, blocked from it a little bit right now, but we'll be heading right back into it. So I hadn't been able to video a lot because we're trying to keep moving fast when we get in that wind, because it gets cold real quick. And the way to prevent getting hypothermia is to go fast. Right now when we're blocked from the wind, as you can tell, kind of going slow, taking a little break. Just feel like we've been running, plus trying to do 20 miles today. We want to get it knocked out as quick as we can, because we know we got another 22-mile day tomorrow. Like I said, kind of rocky today, which slows you down a little bit. Because you got to watch your footing everywhere you go. Yep, we're getting ready to get back in the wind, so I'll talk to you later. Hope you guys can hear this in the wind. Recently went a couple of days without being able to post anything. Now, I know a lot of you know this, but I think I scared a few people because they didn't see any postings. They thought maybe I'd quit or didn't know what had happened. Just want to let you know that sometimes out here we get in the woods. Some of these stretches through here, there is no cell service, there is no Wi-Fi. Sometimes even when we get to a hostel to try to get Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi doesn't work. So we just can't upload videos. I just want to let you guys know, I'm not planning on quitting anytime soon. But if that time ever came, I would post a video showing or explaining why I was leaving the trail. Hopefully that never happens. Right now, I don't see me quitting until I see Mama Kay. But you never know. You know, injury could get here, anything could happen. But like I said, if anything like that happens, I'll make sure I post it on this channel so you guys would know that. So anytime you see where I go a day or two without posting a video, just realize I'm likely in the woods and just can't get it posted, and I'll get it posted just as soon as I can. Up here walking the ridge, ran into this. It's interesting, you never know what you're going to run into up in these mountains. You're walking rough, rocky terrain, and all of a sudden, you're on some kind of road. Got another gorgeous view out here, guys. Climbed that road, came up to the top of the mountain. This is what we got. Gorgeous up here. Now we're getting ready to come up to a construction site. I can hear the vehicles. I don't know what they're building or what they're repairing, but we can hear the machinery. Wind just doesn't want to let up. Just passed a couple of hikers. Now that I can talk, we're on the other side of on the quiet side of the mountain right now. Passed a couple of hikers that talking about how strong the wind got where they were last night, to the point where it literally blew their tents down. Fortunately, they were at a shelter and were able to run to the shelter real quick and get in the shelter, but said it got up really, really strong. I don't think any of us out here knew this wind was coming. None of the weather forecasts that we had seen anyway had talked about how strong the winds were going to be. Shows how quickly things can change when you're up in the mountains, up in the top of the mountains, and you hear people getting in trouble up here all the time because the weather changes or something happens. That shows how quickly and easily that can happen. Fortunately for them, they were at a shelter so they could get in it and get out of the weather. Guess this is weather, or maybe even cell phone, maybe even both. Back to more rocks. Travis and I both topped this hill and went, oh, this is interesting. Don't know if we were expecting any balls today. The sun has finally come out for us though. Other than the wind, it's a gorgeous day. There's supposed to be a shelter up here above us. Just a few tents. I think we're going to stop, have lunch. We're right at about 13 miles in. So that gives us about 7 miles after lunch to do. From all the reports we've gotten, trail tomorrow is supposed to be kind of tough. I can tell it's very, very rocky. A lot of ups and downs. So we sort of laughed. We said, have we had any trails broken? Good part about these balds is you can see for days. The views are just phenomenal. And what's really cool is when you look on the mountain and you see the trees, there are absolutely no leaves on the trees. But you look down low into the valleys, all the trees are leaved out. I was talking about this morning when, so you see all the seasons in one day. And we'll be going back down in the valley this afternoon. There's the shelter. Stopped there and took a quick lunch break. Bluegrass over here videoing. Take a look over here. Sorry for the wind, guys. Now you know why I couldn't talk. You can tell we're coming down, getting closer to being down in the valley. We're starting to get some leaves on the trees. Not quite as lush as it is down in the valley, but you're seeing signs of spring. Get down towards the valley, I'll turn this thing on again, and you can really see the difference. We are definitely descending. Now we're coming down into the valley, and the trees are all leaved out. Everything's nice and green. Still not all the way down, but enough where you can definitely tell a difference. We get all the way to the bottom, even along sides of the trail are going to be covered in greenery. Getting a little later in the afternoon. Temperatures warmed up. We're down a lot lower, so the winds have calmed down. Now it's just what I would consider a nice gentle breeze. Trail through this section anyway, like walking through a park. Sometimes you get this, and we absolutely take it when we get it. Can't really see much. That's the only drawback with all the leaves coming out, is they take away your views. Hey guys, had one of my subscribers put in a comment not too long ago asking about slack packing, which is what we're doing today. And I've explained it before, but slack packing today is where the hostel owners, our shuttle driver, like today, they're taking us 20 miles up the trail, and then we take a little basic pack, basically about the size of a school pack, put a water bottle, water filter, first aid kit, a few essentials in there, and then we hike 20 miles back the other direction, back to the hostel. So technically, we're going southbound. So they asked, well, does that make me a flip-flopper? That's just kind of confusing, I think. I don't think there is a right or wrong answer. To me, there's three hikes. You got a northbound hike where you start at Georgia and finish in Maine at Mount Katahdin. You got a southbound hike where you start in Maine at Mount Katahdin and finish in Georgia at Springer Mountain. And you got the flip-flop hike where you start in the middle. One half of your hike ends at Mount Katahdin, the other half ends at Springer Mountain. I call that a flip-flop. I consider my hike a northbound hike because my general direction, I'm going from Georgia and I'm finishing in Maine. Now logistically, there's been a few sections like today where it makes more sense to go ahead and slack back in, because I get another night in the hostel to get videos uploaded. I get another day where I don't have to carry food, because on this particular section it would have been about a 5-day food carry, so I don't have to carry that food. And it just made sense logistically. Now technically, yes, I'm going southbound for short periods, but my general direction is northbound. So I'm going to consider myself a northbounder. I know there's some purists out there that probably disagree with that, but you know, everybody has to hike their own hike. And you know, we have to look at what we're doing and determine, do we think that's the right thing to do as far as saying we've hiked the entire Appalachian Trail. I mean, you could get down to the point where if there's a blowdown on the trail and you walk around that blowdown because you can't get over it or under it, does that mean you skipped a section of the trail? I say no, you're still generally following the trail. There's just times when you have to do stuff like that. So, and there's even purists that don't even like the idea of staying in hostel. But everybody's got their own idea of what a through hike is. And you know, none of them's wrong. It's just their idea of what a through hike is. My idea of a through hike, being out here every day, walking every foot of the trail. Sometimes I do have to go around a blowdown, but I generally try not to miss any of the trail. I don't take shortcuts. I don't cut around corners. But some of it, there may be short sections, 15 miles here, 20 miles there, or I will slack back in and go the opposite direction. But I'm still on the trail. So anyway, I hope that explains that for everybody. And you make up your own mind. You know, there's going to be different opinions on there. And again, none of them are wrong. I think I got a spider web hanging from my hat. Got a little thing dangling there. But anyway, none of them's wrong. So we all can think of it the way we want to. And everybody's experience is going to be what they want it to be. And if you decide to come out here, let your experience be your experience. Because this is a wonderful place. And you meet some wonderful people, see some great little towns, and the experience is like nothing else in this world. The reason I explain all that to you, because we're getting ready to cross the New River, and there's going to be people that are going to say, wait a minute, if you know anything about Harrisburg, Virginia, they say the New River is the first thing that you cross coming out of town. And it is. But we're going to be crossing it and coming back into town. So I should have been hitting it at the first of the day, not the end of the day. But I wanted to explain to you how this works. So you'll see it in a little while when I cross it, and I'll do a good shot of it when I go across it. And either way you take it, it's all a wonderful trip. Doing a little road walking as I'm getting ready to cross the New River. At least it got us a nice, safe place to walk. Unfortunately, we got a fence blocking our view of the New River. You can still see it down there, but it just takes away from some of it. And we're just about to get to where we got picked up the other day. Just to make sure we do all of the trail. And look what we have here. It's a good way to end the day. We have a bench, and you know what we got to do for that, don't you? Problem is, this doesn't have much of a view, but it sure does feel good to sit down on it. I'm gonna keep walking because we're almost there. And right here's where we got picked up the other day. So we have made it for the day. We're gonna get in here, call for our shuttle to bring us back to the hostel. And then we'll do 22 miles tomorrow. Hey guys, standing here at Angels Rest Hostel. And I want to introduce y'all to somebody. This is P-Rex.
Hello.
And I want to introduce you to her because she's got a very special YouTube channel, and then I wanted to bring that up. She does her YouTube channel once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week, but she does it all in Spanish. She's from Puerto Rico. She does it all in Spanish, and I don't think there's a lot of people on YouTube that's doing it all in Spanish. So I wanted to bring her channel up here, and her channel is Puerto Rican P-Rex.
24.
24. Puerto Rican PRX 24. I'll put the address right above the top of this thing. But I did want to introduce her, and go check her site out.